going. Start recording. Hey guys, coming into week 6. I think we're going to find out how your week has been, brother, and how it's all been with the food and also with exercise.
Food, once again, has been really good. I've been trying out a bunch of new things. So I've pretty much stayed 100% keto, aside from a few strawberries I ate yesterday, but I think that might have been okay.
Yep, that's okay.
How are and this week was good with exercise, a little bit more exercise, a lot more walking that we discussed last week. I went to the gym yesterday, going back to the gym today.
Right on.
It's more of an economics thing, man. I spent all this money on gym membership, and it's now bothering me that I never go. So I'm going to kick it up. Yeah, intermittent fasting that I was doing good for a few days, and then I wasn't able to do it because of work dinners and things like that. So I'm just trying to sort that out. But theoretically, I have it all down. Again, I'm not so much focused on the weight now. I'm just realize that I'm just trying to figure out, like, I think I got the food down pretty well. The food down into a good routine, getting the exercise, and then just getting into as much of a consistency as possible. So
that's the one, Arthur. That's the one, man. Yeah, totally. Yeah, and if you can get that intermittent fasting, that'll be the key. On top of. But awesome work, man. Good work. Good week.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to have a look at Janice's phone. Oh, it's just still connecting. Let's have a look. Janice, just check your audio on the bottom left and just see that your microphone is turned on. And same with you, D. Your microphone isn't on. So we're going to have a little chat to who's on the phone here. Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Who's this? Oh. We're on hold. Hello?
Hi.
How you doing? How's your week been?
I can't seem to see you.
No, it looks like you've actually dialed in instead of pushing the link, but that's okay. We can hear you. Who am I talking to?
Oh, yeah. Janice.
Janice. Oh, I see. How has your week been?
Great. I last weekend went to a wedding, so I had to try and pick the right foods because there's so many good foods, but I got back on track. Took me a couple of days. But yeah, I've had a good week and lots of exercise. Heaps of energy.
Okay.
And awesome.
That's great. And like end of this week, we've got was week 6. So if you're going to be doing any sort of scales, like weighing yourself and checking your measurements, definitely the end of this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Photos and weighing myself I weighed myself last week actually and did some measurements, so quite amazed.
Is it coming down, Janice?
Pardon?
Is it coming down?
Yes, it is. I started, I've lost about 6.5 kg so far.
Oh, that's great.
Which is great. And I don't know, 12 centimetres, I guess, around the bust.
That is awesome. And we haven't even checked this week, and you said you had a good week as well.
Yeah, I haven't. I'll weigh myself on Tuesday because that's when I started.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, and just fly through your results. That'll be cool. I just want to see what your 6-week standing is.
Yes.
All right, that's great. Hey, thanks for calling in, okay? All right, check up Stephen. What's going on, man? How's your week been?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, mate. Good. Diane can't ring in. We're just at my son's birthday party, so I've just popped outside.
Oh,
No, we've been. She's been good. Myself been good. Enjoying it, loving it. I've dropped 10 kgs myself.
Whoa.
And Dee, I think she's about 6 or 7. Yeah, man, loving it. I just ruptured my right ear, so I just got to lay back on doing weight training, just do some real light weights. But no, just jumping on the bike every day in the morning, afternoon, and fasting.
Yeah, cool, man. Well, Stephen, we're going to be talking about high-intensity interval training or HIIT training. And because you're injured and you can't do like heavy weights and stuff like that, this might be an opportunity to have a look at high-intensity stuff. So, you know, how you're on the bike in the morning and at night, looking at different ways of actually utilizing the bike. So doing 20 seconds of 100%, you know, cycling, and then having a pause for 10 seconds and then going back and doing it again. So we're going to go through a type of high-intensity training today. If you can't, if you've got to run in and go to your daughter's birthday, mate, you do that because this is all recorded. And check in later on and have a look at the high-intensity stuff. The difference between the high-intensity training, like the 20-20-20 and stuff like that, in comparison to hopping on the bike or going for a walk, is extraordinary. Okay, so that's what we're going to be going through today, Stephen. Okay, so if you need to run off, man, go do that because family's first, bro.
Are you sure? Because
yeah, man, hell yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay, no, cool. No, thank you so much. Hey, we're loving it. Both of us are loving it. Hey, trust me.
Right, that's cool, Les, man. You go do it, mate. Go do family.
Okay, all right, thank you so much, and cheers, everyone. Thank you.
Right on, they're doing well, which is great. All right. Right, let's get this shown. We're going to go through the high-intensity interval training. It's something that, when did I find? I did do a combination when I was coming into my competition. I did a combination of high-intensity stuff and also the slow, steady-state cardio. And what I found was the combination was really good, not just for the physical, but also for my mental state. And you guys will be finding the same thing when you guys go for a walk out and about. It's not just the physical that gets a workout, your mental and even spiritual gets a good lift, you know, because you're out in the atmosphere and out in the environment. And so the combination I found really good. But if I wanted to get my weights down faster, I focus on the high-intensity interval training. And this is what we're going to go through today and just the benefits of it. So I'm just going to share my screen with you guys. So look here. Okay, this is actually week 6. There's a bit of a typo there that I've got to fix up. But high-intensity interval training, or HIIT, and so what is HIIT? High-intensity interval training, also called high-intensity intermittent exercise or sprint interval training, is a form of interval training, a cardiovascular exercise strategy, alternating short periods of intense aerobic exercise with less intense recovery periods until you're too exhausted to continue. Though there is no universal HIIT session duration, these intense workouts, they typically last around about 30 minutes or 20 to 30 minutes, with times varying on the participant's current fitness level. Have you ever compared the physique of a world-class distance runner with that of a world-class sprinter? The sprinter's body, it resembles that of a Greek Adonis with chiseled arms and powerful quads, while the skinny, fat distance runner makes Richard Simmons look like Mr. Olympia. So just looking at those physiques alone. So these different body compositions, they point to the fact that not all cardio is created equal, which is why it's important to choose a form of cardio that meets your goals. A recent study, they compared participants who did steady state cardio. So that steady state cardio was like going for a walk or hopping on your bike. So doing that for 30 minutes, 3 times a week, to those who did 20 minutes of high intensity interval training 3 times a week. Now, both these groups showed similar weight loss, but the high-intensity interval training group showed a 2% loss in body fat, while the steady-state group lost only 0.3%. So a lot more body fat was lost. The HIIT group also gained nearly 2 pounds of muscle, while the steady-state group lost almost 1 pound. Okay, so those 2 points alone point to how effective high-intensity interval training is in comparison to those slow, steady-state cardios we've been doing. So excessive aerobic activity, like going for a walk or run, can decrease testosterone levels, increase cortisol production, and weaken the immune system. It also can handicap your strength gains and halt any hope of hypertrophy, which is muscle growth. But this doesn't mean that you can't maximize muscle mass or strength gains while conditioning. It just means you need to be smart about the cardio that you're doing. Okay, and this is why we're talking about those morning cardios being really, really effective for your overall weight loss. So the more recently, a study in the Journal of Obesity showed that 12 weeks of HIIT produced reduced body fat and increased muscle mass. There was also substantial reductions in total abdominal trunk and visceral fat. So visceral fat is all the fat around our organs, and also an increase in lean body mass and aerobic power. The most surprising aspect of the results was the subjects' diets remained the same. So since fat loss largely takes place in the kitchen, this is one more study touting the powerful effects of high-intensity interval training. So on top of what we're doing, guys, on top of what we're doing with the intermittent fasting and the keto, and involving the high-intensity interval training, that's where we get our body, our fat burning going. Janice, you're in Samoa. You guys are doing high-intensity interval boot camps in the morning. That's the type of stuff that you need to do. That's why you're burning a lot of fat, and that's why it's working really effectively, especially combined with intermittent fasting. Okay, getting that morning stuff in and getting your body burning, and then you don't eat. What's going to happen? Where's your body going to be taking energy? It's going to be taking it from you. Okay, so doing that workout in the morning, intermittent fasting, okay, it's really going to help out, but using those high-intensity interval training is where it's at. I'm just going to share my screen again before my house blows down. Okay. All right, so we're going to look at Tabata, okay? And Tabata is a form of high-intensity interval training that I love, okay? So different forms of Tabata are practiced everywhere around the world, from plush commercial gyms to sparse, hardcore garage gyms. So this is named after a Japanese researcher, Izumi Tabata, who's conducted extensive research on interval training. He did this in the Japanese university. And Tabata basically consists of performing an activity all out for 20 seconds, then resting for 10 seconds, and then repeating the on-off sequence for 4 minutes total. Okay? So 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds break. 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds break, over and over again for 4 minutes, okay? So one of the Tabata's most famous findings demonstrated that 20 seconds of all-out cycling followed by 10 seconds of low-intensity cycling for 4 minutes was as beneficial for our VO2 max, which is our aerobic capacity, as 45 minutes of long, slow cardio performed 4 times a week. Okay, so doing that, 20 seconds of all out for 4 minutes, is the same as doing a 45-minute bloody walk. Okay, so really choosing on what sort of exercises you're going to be choosing in order to get the most out of it. Okay, and also time-based as well. Since VO2 max is generally considered the best indicator of an athlete's cardiovascular fitness and aerobic endurance, this study was a game changer. It concisely showed that positive health benefits derived from traditional aerobic training, like your walking and running, could be accomplished with high-intensity interval training. So what does this mean for you guys is that you can stop spinning your wheels sooner if you trade in those slow times on the treadmill for a fast sprint. Okay, so changing the way you guys are actually doing your cardios, embracing those 20-20-20s, embracing the Tabatas as well. Okay, so what we've got down here on the PDF that I'm going to send through to you guys is that if you have a Spotify account, there is a link up here where you can get a whole lot of Tabata songs, okay, and these are awesome, okay, and also on YouTube there's a link here where you can go into the Tabata songs. I'm just going to share my screen with you guys, and I'll show you the Tabata songs link actually, so you guys can have a look. Okay, so but this is on YouTube. And I've just gone to Tabata songs. I've just basically put that in there. And they've got all these different types of Tabata musics. Let's see if I can turn this up. This is much. The volume's pretty shit. What I'll do is I'm going to use my phone instead, because at least you guys will be able to hear it, because my bloody laptop's crap. So I'm just going to go to Spotify. Okay, if you guys got Spotify, and I'm just going to type in Tabata songs, and it'll come up with its own channel. Okay, and this is the one that has got what's called coach in it. Okay, and coach will actually tell you when to start and when to stop. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so you might be punching the bag. Okay, so this one here, you might be using the bag with some punching gloves, and you're just going all out for 20 seconds. Okay, and because it's rocky, it's going to amp you up even more. Okay, you know it is. Okay, and these different types, he's going to tell you when to stop. Okay, so he'll actually tell you when to start and stop, and that's the beauty about doing Tabatas. Okay, I'm actually going to go back to, I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, so all my Tabata songs again, I'm just going to type in Tabata, so you guys can actually see a Tabata in action. And the beauty about Tabatas is that it's not, with the exercise that you do in the Tabatas, it's your choice. You know, just as long as you fill it in with something. If you're on the bike, you do 20 seconds hard out. Let's have a look at these guys. What the hell is my music? Oh, this thing's borked. Tabata.
Get ready to work hard and burn serious calories.
That sounds terrible. So you can do any sort of exercise with these 20-second intervals. So it doesn't matter what you do in these 20-second intervals. Let's go down to the next one. So there's a lot of these types of videos that are on YouTube. You just need to type in Tabata and you can actually do a whole lot of them, okay? But what I've also got on here as well, I'm just going to share my screen for this, this one here, is down here I've actually got links to 70 bodyweight exercises that you guys can have a look at and actually put together your own types of routines utilizing these links here. So 70 bodyweight exercises. There's also 32 weight plate exercises. So at home, instead of using a weight plate, you might even have a 5 kg sack of rice that you're no longer eating that you can use as a weight. And there's a whole lot of different exercises there. Also 57 ways to use the bench to exercise utilizing the chairs or bench that you've got at home. Okay, so the links are there for you guys to have a look at to build your own Tabatas. You guys, here we go. Let's go. All right, so you guys can do that. But what I usually do with the Tabatas is that sometimes some of my clients, they really want to target certain areas. My females, they really want to target the shoulders, all 3 heads of the shoulder, and also the glutes. Okay, so what I tend to do, I tend to isolate my Tabatas around one muscle group, a muscle group that is a weak point that we might have. So I might just do shoulders. I might have a couple of weights that are at home, and I'll be going 20 seconds like this, 20 seconds like this, 20 seconds bent over rows, 20 seconds this way, and just going through all of these shoulder exercises and just isolating those exercises as I go through, getting a burn all around, okay? And then focusing on my glutes, doing squats, doing kickbacks, whatever I can, whatever combination, just to isolate certain body parts. One of the things with doing a Tabata is that the more exercises you have, if you have 8 separate body exercises and you go around for the whole Tabata set, it will be easy. Okay, because you're basically moving the workload all around your body. But if you choose just 2 exercises, like just doing squats, or maybe we just do 1 exercise, we just do squats for 20 seconds and let them rest for 10 and then do squats again, you can see by the 4th and 5th set that thing's starting to blow up, okay? Your legs are going to be shaking and you're going to fatigue really fast, okay? So that's another way that you can actually increase the intensity, is also by reducing the amount of exercises that you do, okay? Any questions about the high intensity interval training? No? Okay, you guys really need to focus on the high intensity interval training in the morning if you can, okay? That morning workout, that's where the gold is. Okay, that's where you're going to lose the body weight, because, like I said before, you're going to need a lot of energy in order to do the Tabata. Okay, in the morning, the high intensity stuff, and then that burn time all morning while you guys are fasting, your body's going to be using you as fuel. Okay, I'll see you guys next Sunday. Okay, make sure you get those Tabatas and get those high intensity workouts up and going today, this week. Okay, I'll see you guys later on. See ya.